Hey folks, this is Victor Antonio with another Sales Influence Moment. One of the questions I often get is, Victor, how do I propose price in such a way that I get people to buy what I want them to buy? Well, before I answer that question, let's take a step back and just look at certain things. Let's run this example. Let's say you have a product and your product sells for, let's say, $50. Okay? Let's call that option number one. You also have another product that sells for $25. That's option number two. And the $25 item doesn't have that many features, but it's a good product nonetheless. For a first-time buyer, which option do you think they choose? The $50 item or the $25 item? If you guess the $25 item, you would be absolutely correct. There's an effect called risk aversion, which means that people will not want to buy the more expensive price in order to what? Cover themselves and buy something that's less expensive. In other words, reduce their risk of overbuying. But here's the question. How could we get them to buy the $50 item? Try this next time in your pricing proposal. Instead of offering two options, I want you to offer from now on three options. This time what you're going to do is you're going to add a more expensive option. Now when you add a more expensive option and the customer looks at all these three prices, which one do you think they'll choose now? If you guess this one right here, you would be absolutely correct. See, the risk aversion factor kicks in again. People don't want to overbuy, and they also don't want to underbuy, so they'll what? Choose the one in the middle. Don't believe me? Go to Starbucks. How many options do they have? 3. Go to McDonald's. How many burger options do they have? 3. And what they're hoping is that you don't underbuy by saying, that's going to be too small, but they'll also look at the big one and say, that's too much, and you'll always choose the one in the middle. We can take that same philosophy and apply it to our pricing proposal. So from this day forward, instead of offering two options, knowing full well that if you do, they'll choose the lowest one, we're going to offer three options and push our customer into a higher price point. Do this in your proposals, and you'll see your revenue go up without even having to what? Pressure your actual client. This is Victor Antonio with another Sales Influence Moment, reminding you, selling ain't hard once you know how.